Friends, thank you for watching my channel. I just want to remind you, if you need wallpaper, go to www.wallpaperboulevard.com. Tell them Spencer sent you. In fact, if you use my hashtag, Spencer Colgan is wallpaper, they'll be sure to give you a 10% off at your checkout. No matter how much you order, they have a wide selection of wallpaper. Check it out. Tell them I said hello. Hanging wallpaper on inside corners. You go into the corner level, or what we call plumb, meaning straight. You come out of the corner, you have to ask yourself, are you still plumb? A couple of ways to do it. I'm going to show you the way I do it. I find it to be quick and easy. I started there, came into the corner, and cut my corner all the way down. If the corner is not straight, or if this board's a little like this, or if this one's a little like this, your wallpaper coming out of the corner is not going to be plumb. If you take a measurement and from here to here it's 27, you might think, if you're a new paper hanger, just make a mark at 27 and bring the paper right to here, right? That's what a lot of do-it-yourselfers are going to do, right to here. You say, honey, I don't understand why it's a ½ inch off. Did you measure right? Yeah, honey, I did. You know I know how to use a tape measure. Okay, so why is it off? Well, your corner goes a little in, then it comes a little out. You can't see it with your eye. So here's what you do. You put the paper in the corner and come out. Get a general idea where it ends. I just did this, so we're not far from what I just did. It's not even embedded yet. I didn't finish embedding the paper. So here I am, and I was off. It was good down here. So I bring the paper pattern into my corner, okay, with a slight overlap. I put it in nice, you know. I come out, and so then my corner starts running off. I'm getting a gap because it's not straight and it's affecting this edge. I have to move it in. So here's the rule. You cannot have a gap here. So your wallpaper has to go into the corner just enough to cover the corner. So if the corner is wiggly, you have to find that point, and only that point, and don't exceed it. The point at which the wallpaper meets the corner without eating up the pattern. It might be an inch, that's a lot. It wasn't in this case. But if you're good here, and you have a gap up there, and up there is over here, you have to move it in, which means you have to move this in. And you only want to move the wallpaper into the corner until this edge is plumb and you have no more gap. Here's the trick. You want to find that point where you move the paper minimally into the corner. Don't just wing it and say, let me overlap it a ½ inch, we're good. You're going to lose the pattern. So you only want to go into the corner at the point at which the corner is furthest in, because that will tell you where your rest of the wallpaper has to be if this edge is going to be straight. I don't know if I'm making sense. If you put the wallpaper into the corner and just cover it minimally, and then go up the line just minimally. Just put this paper into the corner. You'll get the idea. If you put the paper into the corner minimally, meaning no overlapping of this paper coming out onto here, then see if this is plum. You'll see by this line. Let me give you an example. If your paper's off, you know you got to move it out. You'll eventually come to that point where you say, I'm as far out as I can be here, and I am as far into the corner as I need to be. Bringing your paper further into the corner is necessary if your corner is off, but it's also detrimental to the pattern, because we're going to lose pattern if you go into the corner too far. But your corner may be so off that you need to go into the corner. That's why I'm saying go in the minimum amount and then keep adjusting. Now you can do the same thing if you measure from here to where it's expected to be, and you might see that you're a ½ inch off. But for a new person, I think that's a little complicated. This makes sense. It's like making a bed. Honey, pull it down a little over there. Bring it in a little over here. It makes sense, right? So let me show you the finished product. And by the way, I didn't lose too much of the pattern. In fact, I didn't lose any. But I did have to bring it in. Before I trim it, at the very top here, you'll see that I'm off just about 1/4 inch, but only at the very top. The folks who did this condo, I must say, most of the corners are 90 degrees. Look at the perfection there. When we get to the top though, look what happens. See my pattern, this overlapping? So you can see that it meets the corner down here. So if I pulled the wallpaper out here to eliminate this gap, I'd have to pull it all out over here. And what would I have down here? Who knows? I would have this gap all the way down. Now do you get it? Okay. So what I'm going to do is just put enough pressure. I'm going to put my smoother here, exposing the excess, and just press lightly enough to just trim that off. I don't want to penetrate the paper underneath it because I want my gap to have wallpaper in it. If I press too hard, I'll pull off both this piece that's in the corner and this piece, leaving me a gap. No good. So let's trim the excess. I put my smoother in there, right up against there, and I lightly pull my blade right up against that. And what do I get? I get a little strip that I have to remove. Okay, don't press too hard. See that? Not bad for a corner. Some corners are way off. They're like your crazy neighbor, like who's off, as we say, he's a little off. Don't you like that when somebody says, he's a little off? Well, sometimes the corner is a little off. Okay, I think you got the point. Okay. Look at that. Love it. Here's our finished product. We're Plum here, P-L-U-M-B, Plum. We go into the corner, we lose Plum, because the corner goes in and out a little bit, affecting this edge, making it not Plum. But then we pushed our paper out and we saw with the level line, it wasn't Plum. And therefore we then began to push it into the corner, only to fill in, minimally pushing it into the corner, just until we achieved plumness here and the gap is filled. That minimum point of pushing in toward the corner, which says, enough, you're plum. Because we could keep pushing it in and keep cutting off the pattern. And that's not going to be good. So we do it minimally. That's easier than measuring here, here. Oh, I got 13.5 inches here, 13.25 here, 13.125 here. Put the tape measure down and just use this common sense approach. My opinion. What do you think? You like the pattern? Me too. Okay. Oh, don't forget to subscribe and click like. A lot of you folks love my videos. I love your videos. You don't click like. So you're leaving me hanging. Click like, L-I-K-E. Thank you.